Hey, so anytime there's two title fights, that's a big card. I thought UFC Miami was going to be a big card, but then Joshua Van got put onto this one. This is a big ass card. I'm about to get home, be able to watch this again. End of college, got my last final tomorrow. Not the end of all college, it's my freshman year, but till summer. So pretty hyped. Be able to be free watching this shit. Let's go.
That's how I felt for Perth last weekend.
Yeah. That was a good one. That was early as hell.
I was up at 5:15 in the morning watching GM3.
Clayton Carpenter versus Jose Ochoa. My opinion, Jose Ochoa, like me, if you know me, a KO artist that I really like is a guy who like throws people when he punches them. A good example of this is Yuri Prohaska. He has a lot of KOs where like he hits you with the right hand and then you just go flying. Like the Volkan Ozdemir knockout is so funny to me. Like he just flies in the air. Like it's just hilarious. Like also like it's another good one is like the one where MVP his leg gets kicked out and then the guy hits him with like that short uppercut and he just like goes limp in the air. It's awesome.
So
Jose
sick.
Ochoa did that shit to Cody Durden
Dude,
and it
who
was
does that to Cody Durden?
who does that in flyweight? Who tosses a dude in flyweight? So that's what I'm saying.
Nobody.
Jose Ochoa has always been on like my watch for someone who could make the top 15. I think he just needs some time, and I think this is a good match for him to get him going on a win streak. I'm gonna go round one KO. Like I can't like stretch it, say round two, round three. I'm gonna go round one.
I mean, Carpenter's a tough guy. Like he's got some solid grappling, decent striking, but I don't think he's gonna be able to hold Jose down like Asu Mabayev did. I think he'll last into the second round, but then he'll be shooting panic takedowns. Jose's gonna rock him on the feet, and we are gonna knock this guy out in round two.
Hell yeah. All right, Bysangor Susakayev. I was really hoping they would give this dude like a prospect versus prospect matchup, and then I'd be able to like ride at dawn against this guy, but we gotta wait one more fight or so. Maybe I don't know. I could see this guy getting like I don't know, like a really good match, like a Marvin Vettori or something like that.
Well, he said he wanted to fight Dolidze after this, which is low-key a good matchup
Like
for him.
yeah, he could win that. So I could see us kind of getting a couple matchups before like this guy just he plays with his food too much. Like I feel like if he locked in, he'd be pretty good.
Yeah,
If he realized
he's
how
too
like whack
cocky.
his chin is and went like full Dariush mode, he'd actually be good. I feel like that's what he needs to do. Dariush
We're
Mag. Just run at them and then if you can't get a takedown, be like, all right, I'm done.
saved by the bell
Bye.
against Eric Nolan, by the way.
That's true. I think he will be the Dariush of this division. I think that's a good shout. Like I still like a bad Dariush, like a not like doesn't make the like not consistent rankings Dariush, but like eventually just keeps getting KO'd by good fighters.
I don't know. I think he's gonna get better as he ages, honestly. He's young, great training partners,
Chinny though.
obviously.
He's just so chinny.
I don't know. I feel like he's gonna win like a underwhelming 30-27 decision here. Like Santos is a durable dude. Like he's got a great chin, but he's just a Brazilian blockhead at the end of the day. Susurkaya is better everywhere. I feel like he's just gonna outstrike him, win like a damage-based 30-27 decision.
I'm gonna go Susurkayev round two KO. I just don't think Santos is good enough to do anything. Uh, I don't really care much about this fight personally. Um, these dudes are kind of whack.
I think we gotta rip the bone in for this one, bro.
Yeah. I will be, doing other stuff during this fight. I'm gonna be like, cracking jokes, texting people, going to the bathroom, taking a smoke break, eating, doing, kind of doing the classic, like, doing what, take a glance over. Oh, did they get up? No, not yet. Oh, they still on the ground? Yep. Oh, they got up. Oh, they're back. Yeah. All right. That's how I picture this fight going. Low key, hope I find something better to do during this time, and then I'll lock in for this fight. I think this one's gonna be good. I'm gonna go me by decision. I just think he's got a good frame for featherweight. We've seen Sabatini get mogged by someone with a really good frame at featherweight and Diego Lopez, and I'm not saying Gomi is Diego Lopez, but he is pretty talented. So I'll go
Like
with him.
Gomez, he is pillow hands, Loki, which like the weakness of Sabatini is big dudes with power, and Gomez isn't that, I think. And he's there to be taken down and controlled. Robert Rushla did a decent job controlling him, and he's not anywhere near the wrestler that Sabatini is. Sabatini, I think, is going to Aljo Max his way to like a 29-28 decision by grappling, backpacking, half guard, that type of stuff for the whole fight.
All right, we got Roman Kopylov versus Marco Tulio. Um, Weller, what are you thinking here?
I was gonna pick Kopilov, right? Like he's probably better, more technical kickboxer. But first off, Marco Tulio is my boy. I fuck with Marco Tulio, so I'm riding with him here. Plus, also the reason why I am actually picking him, looking at it, is Roman Kopilov's so low output. Like he's so gun shy in all these fights, and I don't know why. Like he's got great kicks, decent boxing, solid wrestling, iron chin. Like this guy could be genuinely really good, but he's just so low output, and I don't understand why. So I feel like I can't bet on a guy like that to win a fight. I'll take Tulio to win by 29-28 decision here.
Yeah, like I feel like in a lot of Kopylov's recent fights, it almost feels like he's getting figured out. Um, and Tulio, like he just got knocked out in his last fight, yeah.
Yeah,
But I mean, Kopylov's last one was against Costa, right?
RoboCop.
RoboCop. All right. Um, like Tulio got knocked out in that one, but that's a tough matchup. He low-key got put against the wrecking ball and Christian Leroy Duncan, the guy who's gonna like just spin max. Like he's playing genuinely Madden 16 where you could just spin over and over and it was goated. Um, but Marco Tulio's like I feel like he's pretty well rounded. He's the kind of guy I'd like to see in like the 15, 14 reigns of this division. I want to
Hmm.
see this guy like fighting prospects that I can see like, oh, like can you beat Marco Tulio? How good are you? I feel like if you
Oh,
can beat
oh.
Marco Tulio, you're pretty
You know
good.
who I want to see this guy fight? I want to see him fight Bruno Ferreira. That'd be
That
a
would
sick
be a
fight.
fun fight. Who do you got? Who
Julio by
or
decision.
all right, I got Tulio. Yeah, I got Tulio decision as well. All right, Jim Miller versus Jared Gordon.
Such a crafty matchup. But I'm picking Jared Gordon. The reason is Jim Miller in the past few years, he's been beating competition that isn't really even like UFC level at this point. Like he's beat a bunch of jobbers and he's losing to anybody decent. Jared Gordon's a very solid fighter. I think Gordon gets this one by decision, but I could see him TKOing Jim Miller here. But I'll go decision.
I just feel like Jim Miller's such an unk and like Jared Gordon, yes, he got done bad by what was it?
Rafa Garcia.
Rafa Garcia, but Rafa Garcia is pretty good, man. I was
And
pretty
Jared Gordon got
impressed.
hit by a car on the day of the weigh-ins. So
Dude, like gang got hit by a car like he like dude.
nobody talks about it, but
Nobody
Jared Gordon.
talks about Jared Gordon getting hit by a car,
He
fighting on
also
the
beat
same day, lad. It's
he
fucking
also
crazy, lad.
he also beat
That's
Khabib
why
at
he
top.
beat me, lad. He's fucking superhuman. Have you seen the movie Unbroken, lad? I'm gonna go Jared Gordon. Round three KO. I think like it's gonna be like a KO on the ground, like
Ground and
kind of
pound.
ref is forced to stop it after a lot of ground and pound, like not
Can see
like an
that.
explosive KO, I don't think.
Yeah.
Mateusz Rebecki versus Grant Dawson. I feel like this is the really, really good matchup for Rebecki, and this is a guy looking at the roster personally, like as a guy who sometimes, me and Weller sometimes like to make matchups, and we're like, I used to look at Rebecca and I was like, man, like I kind of don't know who to give this guy that doesn't kind of beat his ass, but this is a really good fight for him, and he's such a like entertaining fighter that he really does deserve a matchup where he can thrive, and this is that. He's a good wrestler. Dudes from let's just be real here, dude. Dudes from Poland, Eastern Europe tend to be good wrestlers. Um, he's got good takedown defense. He's gritty. Dawson is kind of just like a fish out of water in the feet. Obviously he got destroyed by a nuclear bomb against Torres in his
Yeah.
last fight. I don't think it's gonna look like that. I think Torres is really good. I don't think he's gonna get, like styled on like he did in that one. But I do think Rebecca is gonna put it on him. I think Dawson will get some control time, and control time I don't mean like he's in guard. I just more mean Rebecca is kind of defending against like the fence or something like that, trying to get Dawson off of him. But I think Rebecca's gonna hit like a late second round KO.
Think Rebecca gets him out of here in the first round. I'm gonna be real. Like Dawson, he's a one-dimensional wrestler, bad striking, glass chin. I sent you that KO that he had against him on the
Yeah, I
regional
did. I
scene.
did see that.
He was in on a double leg and got KO'd by downward elbows against the fence. Like that was really bad.
I
So he's got a
mean,
glass
yeah.
and Rebecca, good wrestler. I mean, if a guy like Miktabek Oralby can't hold you down, like who can? Like not Grant Dawson, I'll tell you that.
I
And
don't think
Rebecca's got,
KOs on the regional scene are always everything. Like
well, it's the chin
this
though.
is
That's what
this is a
I'm saying the
random
chin.
this is a random defense, but Elijah Smith's been KO'd a couple times in the regional scene. Don't you dare slander him. That
I'm
boy's
I'm saying
good.
I'm saying for chin purposes,
Yeah,
not like
yeah,
actual ability.
yeah.
Because he
Um,
was out from that too.
and
Like it wasn't like,
we've seen him get knocked out in the UFC as well.
yeah. I think Rebecca's gonna walk him down. Like I just don't see Dawson getting to his hips and taking him down here. Maybe getting him against the fence in the clinch, but I think they'll break. Rebecca will walk him down, probably boom him with an overhand, like past halfway through the first round.
All right. Wow, I didn't realize Amasov went to 14.
Yeah, they did some BS where they put him in like a tie with for 14 with like E-Rod or something. This is a sick fight though.
Let's freaking go, baby. I'm so excited for this matchup. I've been thinking that Amasov, like, I didn't know much about him before the Neil Magny fight, and then once I saw that one, once he got the Neil Magny test, the patented Neil Magny test, everyone knows, like, sometimes you get the Max Holloway test, sometimes you get the Robert Whitaker test, sometimes you get the Neil Magny test, and that's just the same caliber, you know what I mean? If you can beat a Neil Magny, you can beat Jerry.
I don't know about that, but
No, I'm geeking, but this guy has such an impressive record. Like, if you look at like this guy's not fighting in like you know like ACA is a good promotion, but he's not fighting in like ACA's whole promotion his whole life or like some little regional promotion. He fought in like Ukraine, ACA, and then went to Bellator for like 14 fights, and he's 29 and 1. That's such a good record for MMA. Like he's literally what is that? It's like 96%, dude. 97%. That's an insane win rate. Joel Alvarez has like crafty submissions off his back. Like he can hit it like a guillotine, he can try to wrap you up in like a front choke or some shit. Amasov is just one of those guys who's so well versed in the grappling game that I'm just like if you see them in a position where they're about to get choked out, I'm like, eh. If I see him up against the fence maybe and Joel is defending takedowns and then he's keeping him on the end of his punches, then I'm going to be worried. But I just don't feel like Amasov is going to fail any of the early takedowns. I think he's just so good at going for those submissions. I think he's going to get a round two sub.
think I am a little worried for him in this matchup because I think if Joel Alvarez can keep it on the feet, Amosov's in trouble. Alvarez is lengthy,
It's
he's
a great fight.
powerful, but Amosov's got decent boxing. I think he'll be able to use it well to set up the takedowns. And I think Alvarez is going to be too willing to accept bottom position and throwing up subs off his
It's
back.
true.
And I think that's going to lead Amosov to be able to bank a couple rounds off of control time and I think survive well enough on the feet. And I think he'll win a decision. But like it'll be a close fight, very competitive the whole way through. I think he wins 29-28 decision here.
Yeah, I could see a decision as well. I just want to see him get a submission because I feel like I don't know. I almost don't want to see him going into the third round. I'll be like a little bit worried.
Yeah, same. That would be like if
Um,
that was an Apex main event, I wouldn't even be mad. Like I know it's 14 versus unranked, but I don't care. Like
no,
that's so
like we
sick.
get those sometimes. Like every,
Yeah.
we'll have like two cards a year where like the best fight or like maybe the headlining card will be a women's fight, and that's kind of chalk. And then like something like, you know, 14 or 15 or 13 versus an unranked guy is the co-main. And
Yeah.
is like,
Well, next week it's Duho Choi versus Daniel Santos in the co-main. Like two unranked guys. And then main event. I
hey,
mean, it's a cool main
Melky
event.
Allen's good though, and
Yeah, that's a cool main event.
we got the Netflix card, so we got Saladin
Yeah.
Parnasse.
Dude, he's good, man.
Dude, bro, if he goes to UFC, dude, he's a problem, bro.
People aren't
Watch
watching
out.
KSW, man.
No, he's not. I could be wrong, but no, I don't think he is. All right, Ateba Gautier versus Ozzy Diaz. I'm gonna do what Ateba Gautier is gonna do, and I'm gonna, or hopefully do, and speed run this. Ateba Gautier round one KO.
Yeah. Can we give him some good matchmaking, like some quality matchmaking, please? Give
Give
him an
him Marco
actual test.
Tulio.
Give him a Robert Brychek.
See, that's no, no, don't.
Never
Don't.
forget, Ozzy Diaz pulled out at 320 and he killed Preston Vines. Ozzy Diaz has blood on his hands. Preston Vines died for this man.
Dude, I saw that guy and like, oh my God, I saw that guy live. Dude, there were two moments in that card where everyone was really confused. There was a verbal tap in the Zalal fight that everyone was confused about. And then in that one,
Oh, you were
like
there
that one
live. I
was because
forgot.
that one was just, it's just like you have no one to explain. Oh, like you can't hear he can't hear Emmett tap or you can't hear someone explain that it's a tap.
Yeah.
And then the other one was everyone in that fight where he literally just like he's like defending a takedown like bro, when you grapple your head gets pushed. Like you gotta just like accept that. His head's getting pushed and then he's like, damn, he's about to reverse position. And then he's like, oh, he's knocking me out. And then like acts like the push is a knockout.
So Goatee, I don't know about his grappling, dude, because there was this Japanese blobby dude he fought on Contender Series that was controlling him for
Like
like a round and a half.
Ryzen, dude. Like
Some guy
Ryzen,
named
striking
Yura
Ryzen,
Naito.
dude.
Like I watched that fight and he was getting controlled in like most of the first round. I was like I'm a little worried once he faces somebody who's actually competent. But Osman Diaz is that not getting that done. I'm sorry.
All right, Bobby Green versus Jeremy Stevens. Now, Jeremy Stevens has the power, and I feel like, man, it would be such a great moment. Like, I feel like he has the opportunity to clip Bobby at like a weird moment and produce like one of them fencing knockouts. I just don't think that's gonna happen. I think this is gonna be one of them
Something where
Bobby Green
Bobby's
master classes, and I'm gonna go
emoting at
Bobby by
range.
decision.
Yeah, I agree. I think Jeremy Stevens is a hard dude to get out of there. Like tough dude, good chin. But I think he's just gonna get boxed up by Bobby Green, realistically here. Like he's just gonna piece him up 30-27, I think, is the move here.
All right, Sean Brady versus Joaquin Buckley.
I- I'm going back and forth on this fight all week. I feel like either way I go, I'm gonna look like a fucking idiot after the fight. Like I'm not getting this fight right. I
Yeah,
just
this is
accepted
one
that.
of those, dude.
I'm gonna take Sean Brady, but like super, super tentatively. It's like I don't, for some reason I don't trust that Buckley's taking his grappling training seriously. I don't know why. Like I just
Yeah.
feel like he's not that committed to it. And all right, wait. I wrote this down on my phone somewhere. I know MMA math doesn't work, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna I'm gonna do some MMA math here, right?
Let's hear the equation.
So Brady controlled Leon Edwards for
Mm-hmm.
over 3 rounds, right? Kamaru
Yeah.
Usman, great wrestler. He
Good.
didn't
It
do
was a really
that.
good performance.
Yeah. He did that to Leon Edwards.
Mm-hmm.
Kamaru Usman didn't. Kamaru Usman
I
controlled
kind of
Joaquin
like
Buckley
I
for
I
four
like
rounds.
I'm not gonna lie though, Weller, like not to, sorry to interrupt, like I can't help but kind of like phase that Kamaru versus Leon 3 fight out of my head for some reason. Like to me it's
I
not
get that.
canon. I don't know. Like if you watch their first two fights, Leon's constantly getting taken down, then all of a sudden he's like in slow motion, he's gonna shoot a takedown. Ugh. And then he used all that was his last good fight.
But I know what you mean, but I just don't see a reason to believe that Joaquin Buckley is going to defend takedowns off Sean Brady. And then Sean Brady, when he does get to the ground, he's a much better jiu-jitsu practitioner than Kamaru Usman is. So I think be able to do a better job at advancing positions, looking to take Buckley's back, potentially submit him somehow. He's got great jiu-jitsu. And he's going to go out, I think, looking to wrestle pretty much immediately. I think he'll get him down. I want to say he subs him early round two. So Brady by round two submission. But now that I say that, Buckley's going to knock his ass out.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. This is one where I'm like, let me make Weller answer first so I can fade him. I don't know. I kind of still wasn't sure who I was gonna do on this, but I do feel like Buckley, like he has been training, like he's got to have been training the takedown defense for a while. Like,
He really should be, but is he? Like, I just don't
I don't
trust it.
know. That's the key difference that comes between I'm not in his training camp, you're not in his training camp, but like I feel like after a loss like that, where you clearly see that you're just getting wrestle fucked, and then you're coming into a fight with Sean Brady, like you gotta be just like, all right, that's double grappling. I'm excited. Let me go in. Let me get a knockout. But like, I'm not gonna lie, I almost kind of see this as like a fight where maybe he loses the first 2 rounds and then like randomly gets a knockout in round three,
I can
after
see that,
Sean just
yeah.
becomes a little bit less explosive. But again, this is also a light pick. I think if Joaquin doesn't show big improvements, then it's not going to be there. So
Flip a coin.
Sosa boy, let's go, baby. Sosa boy fight weekend again. It's been a while. Boy, active as hell though.
It hasn't been that long. January?
It hasn't been that long, but
For Waldo?
he fights a lot, and like there
Waldo's
was like a
fought like
3 month stretch
six
where he
times in the
fought
last
a
year.
bunch of times, over and over. So I
Well,
got
because he
used to
fought
it.
Shamil Gaziev like 3 weeks after he fought Dalia,
Yeah,
which is crazy.
very
But
impressive. Um, I know what everyone's saying about this matchup, and I do understand it. Waldo Cortez Acosta does sometimes struggle with getting down in fights at times, but like I do feel like Alexander Volkov at the same time has a bit of a problem with fumbling fights. Um, and what I just think here is I don't feel like Volkov has fought someone who's as powerful and as quick of a counter striker as Waldo Cortez Acosta. And I know that there's the little MMA like math. They've got a mutual opponent, Pavlovich, who Waldo lost to and Volkov beat. But I mean, I feel like that is one of those things where it's like different styles. Waldo and Pavlovich are kind of more like similar body types. Both have a lot of power. And then Volkov and Pavlovich are teammates that have been training together for a while, so they kind of know each other. I feel like for some reason I can just picture Waldo finding a counter off the jab. He does that really well. He's a very explosive counter puncher. I see him hitting a big overhand or something. I could see him maybe getting like one takedown. I don't really see him like dominating in the grappling. I think once he gets a takedown, Volkov will be able to adjust.
I think they're pretty even in the grappling.
Yeah, he is. I think Volkov will be able to adjust if Waldo starts mixing that in, but I think it'll help a little bit. Um, I just think Waldo's not gonna like sit in the edge of the punches. I think he's fast enough to get around that, try to cut angles, use his boxing. I'm gonna go Waldo by round two KO.
I'm gonna go Volkov by crafty decision here. Like, I'm not gonna lie. Waldo's win streak, like Waldo's recent three wins are aging poorly. Think about it. Ante
It's
Dalia
heavyweight, bro. Like who
I
has
well,
good aging wins?
that's okay, that's true. But Ante Dalia, who in his next fight got pieced up by Sergey Spivak, like, come on.
Mm-hmm.
Shamil Gaziev. I mean, it's Shamil Gaziev. Like, come on, dude. And then
You're saying
Derek. I love Shamil, but like, come on, dude. And then Derek Lewis, who at this point, all he does is
that
the only guys he
I
beats
will
are
say that win meant nothing.
Brazilian taxi drivers. Like, I don't know. I feel like Volkov is just a little bit too crafty on the feet. Like, I think this is gonna be like a close 29-28. I could see Volkov getting boomed on here, but I think Volkov is gonna use the jab, keep, like, just use his length better. I mean, people forget, man, this guy got robbed against Cyril Gahn, and Cyril Gahn's a way better striker than Cortez Acosta. Like, so that I'm gonna base it off of that. I'm gonna go Volkov by decision here, but like a boring decision.
All right. For this fight, man, I gotta say, I really do want to go Van. I was having a vision today. I told Weller as I was walking to my micro final today, I was like, I was listening to music and I had this vision in my head that Joshua Van, the first and second round would be getting boomed on the ground, you know. He'd be getting taken down, you know, bomb, bomb. You know, maybe a couple submissions get close. And then in the third round, he was gonna like kind of defend a takedown, push him off, and then just like hit this emotional flurry. But I can't lie, man. I just feel like Taira has more ways to win. And thinking about it logically, I can't thinking about it too emotionally. Um, I feel like Taira is one of those guys where like I just have this feeling if he develops the right way, like he could be like a perfect fighter because his grappling is so strong that if he figures out the striking the same way like an Islam Makhachev figured out the striking and made it so that he's completely competent in that area, basically, I don't know who this dude loses to at flyweight. Like, I could see this dude absolutely blobbing the shit out of Manel Cop. I could literally see him sponging Manel Cop and just destroying his style. I could see him beating Pantoja by being the cleaner fighter on the feet, negating the grappling, and maybe even getting the back for a round or two of his own. And I just feel like I can't live with like depending on the possibility that Van gets like a round three or four KO because I know he's gonna go through hell in round one and round two. And I'm not sure it's gonna end.
What's your final pick?
I got Tyra by I'm gonna go round two KO, ground pound. I don't think Van's gonna be able to get out of it. I think he's gonna be trying to be able to get out of it, and he's gonna be in like kind of the same position Moreno was. Maybe he might even flip back around. But I think he's just gonna be squirming over and over, and Tyra is gonna find big elbows.
Dude,
I would
yeah,
love Van to win though.
me too. You basically took the words out of my mouth. And who does that to Brandon Moreno, genuinely? Like, nobody controls Brandon Moreno on the ground like that. Not even Pantoja.
I mean,
Like,
I don't know, man.
his Tatsuro Taira's ground control is really, really good. And he's only
Like,
gotten better on the feet since the Brandon Royval fight. He's only gotten better on the ground. I think Taira is going to put Van in some really difficult positions. I think Van is going to like narrowly survive round one, but we're going to be like, all right, he can't hang on the ground. Taira's going to take it right back to the mat in round two.
hmm
And I think he's going to take the back, submit him, rear naked choke, round two.
yeah, I could see a submission as well. I would probably, hey, if you're listening, you're gonna bet on this, don't put your money on TKO. Like, I would go with Weller if you're gonna bet the specifics on that one. I was just saying KO because I don't know. I feel
I
like
think if
Van might be training hella submission defense, Loki. That I don't know. That could be a reason.
I think if Van can like his Taira's cardio is somewhat questionable. I think if Van can make it to the championship rounds, he could really put a pace on Taira and TKO him late, but I don't see it.
It's
This
just
Loki
I
this
think
Loki feels like
Tyra's
Khamzat versus DDP or something. Like
yeah, it just feels like Tyra's one of those guys who has that inevitability factor that like I love Yaroslav Amosov, but I'm gonna make a little bit of a comparison here. It's a little bit early, too early to make this, but like Amosov has good takedowns, but it's more like once he gets you to the ground, then it's a big deal. Um, Tyra, it's not when. It's gonna happen. Or it's
it's not
just
an if thing.
yeah, like so
He's gonna get you
fuck that
down.
up. But you know what I mean? Like he's going to take you down. It's not gonna happen, in the third round. He's gonna take you down in the first or second round. Probably over and over, or he's just gonna like keep you there. He's not gonna take you down over and over. He's gonna keep you there. And the thing is, he's not gonna keep you there like up against the fence. He's gonna have your back. And yeah, I gotta go Tyra. Same thing here, man. I can't lie. This one, I just feel like Hamzat's gotta hear some of that criticism. This is something I've always been thinking since his loss, or sorry, not since his loss, since his win against DDP. I just felt like he got a lot of backlash from the fans. As much as he's been going through this like nonchalant era where he's like, brother, I don't give
Yeah.
a fuck about the belt. I don't give a fuck. I show up, make money, leave, beat the guy. It's okay, brother. I fuck his face. Some weird shit like that. He low-key be saying like, I know it's a language barrier thing, but I
I
don't
wanna
think
try his
Russian people
meat.
constantly just be
There's
talking
no way
like some
like
like,
come on,
oh,
dude.
bro, I'm gonna fuck you in the asshole. Like,
He genuinely said he wanted to try Strickland's meat. Like
you could
what?
say like, I'm excited to fight him, or like, I'm excited for the experience, or like,
He's a
he's a
great
good
fighter. I'd
matchup,
love to fight
or
him.
he's a great fighter. Um, I just feel like Hamza, like, little bro, take some advice from Arman. You be hanging out with him all the time. Drop some elbows, bro. Strickland's face is super open upable, in my opinion.
True.
I'm gonna go with Hamzat by like a round two doctor stoppage. Cheeky little round two doctor stoppage. So TKO. Um, I think he's gonna be able to find big elbows. Sean Strickland is gonna be unable to escape the mount. Um, I could see a submission as well. I just think this is gonna be an angry Chimaev, a little bit more motivated. Um, Yeah, I'm excited to see this. I would honestly like to see him go up to light heavyweight, which is something I was not fully prepared to say up until Yuri lost, but now that he did, and also the champion's hurt, I would love to see him go up if he wins this, to be honest. I wouldn't even care to like, I don't really need to see him fight Imavov or Pfeiffer, whoever it is.
I think there are three people on this entire planet that I would confidently pick to beat Khamzat Chimaev. That's John Jones, Tom Aspinall, maybe Francis Ngannou. That's it.
Mhm. Pereira?
No, Khamzat would take him down and submit him, I
Yeah.
think.
I wouldn't confidently say it. I do think that I would say that's a 50-50 fight.
I would confidently pick Khamzat to win that fight. Like this dude is a different beast.
I wouldn't, yeah, I wouldn't shame you for saying that. I think he would be the favorite.
Even Ngannou, low key, like as crazy as that sounds.
This version of Ngannou, yeah, prime like the Ngannou that was like currently in the UFC, I'm not sure.
The Ngannou that slimed out Stipe, maybe not, but current Ngannou. I'd pick John Jones and Tom Aspinall to beat him. That's about
Yeah.
it. I think I was gonna say ground and pound TKO. I'll go sub. I think he chokes Strickland to sleep. I feel like he's gonna like ignore a tap or something and just choke him to sleep. Or
Yeah.
Strickland will just refuse to tap.
Yeah, I could see like a Habib moment where is Herb, I wonder if Herb is reffing this one and he's gonna have to do
I,
one of them like it's so far. I was about to do
yeah, I don't know.
I was about to do something so bad y'all don't understand. But there's in that fight when like Habib has McGregor in the choke, uh Herb literally has to like pry the hand off like a lever. It's crazy. I could see something like that happening.
I could see that. Like he pulls on Brucemar Polaris and just doesn't like ignores the tap, dude. What if he
All right.
heel hooks Strickland and just destroys his knee?
UFC 328. I'm absolutely hyped to watch this card.
Yeah, I'm super hyped for
This
this
is my
card.
homecoming card, getting back from my first year of college, so really excited. Uh make a parlay out of our picks. Bye-bye.